Hi, welcome to English Academy 101. My name is Michael, and I'm here to help you with your English learning journey. Today, we are going to learn about phrasal verbs beginning with get. Phrasal verbs are idiomatic phrases that combine two or more words to build a new meaning. Typically, it consists of a verb plus a preposition or adverb. The first word is the same, but the words that come after can completely change the meaning of the phrasal verb. Additionally, you can't understand the meaning of the phrase from the individual parts. Rather, you must look at the phrase as a whole. These words are used in everyday speech, and often are used in more informal situations. In fact, for pretty much every phrasal verb, there is an equivalent formal vocabulary word you can use instead. If you would like to skip ahead to any part in today's lesson, we have added video chapters below that you can select. Now that we better understand phrasal verbs, let's look at some common ones that begin with the word get. Get through. This means to succeed in finishing a task. For example, she got through her exams without too much effort. In other words, she succeeded in finishing her exams without too much effort. Get up. This means to get out of bed or rise to your feet. For example, I got up at 6:30 a.m. Or, everyone got up and applauded at the end of the concert. In other words, I got out of bed at 6:30 a.m. Or, everyone rose to their feet and applauded at the end of the concert. Get across. This means cause to be understood. For example, he usually fails to get his jokes across. In other words, he usually fails to cause his jokes to be understood. Get along. This means to have a friendly relationship. For example, do you get along with your neighbors? In other words, do you have a friendly relationship with your neighbors? Get away. This means to have a holiday or to escape. For example, they got away to the beach for the weekend. Or, the criminal got away from the police. In other words, they had a holiday at the beach for the weekend, or the criminal escaped from the police. Get by. This means to manage to survive in spite of difficulties. For example, I got by in university by having a part-time job. In other words, I managed to survive in spite of difficulties in university by having a part-time job. Get down to. This means to dismount, descend, or to get serious about a topic. For example, can you please get down from the fence? Or, it is time to stop eating and get down to business. In other words, can you please dismount or descend from the fence? Or, it's time to stop eating and get serious about business. Get in. This means go inside a car, room, home, or to arrive at a place. For example, please get in the car. Or, what time does the flight get in? In other words, please go inside the car. Or, what time does the flight arrive at a place? Get off. This means to leave a bus, train, plane, or a place. For example, her family was waiting for her when she got off the train. In other words, Her family was waiting for her when she left the train. Get on. This means to start doing or continue doing an activity. For example, stop playing video games and get on with your homework. In other words, stop playing video games and start doing or continue doing your homework. Get out. This means to become known, such as news, information, etc. For example, if the secret gets out, we'll be in trouble. In other words, if the secret becomes known, we'll be in trouble. Get over. This means to recover from an illness or to overcome a problem. For example, it took me a few days to get over the flu. Or, she hasn't gotten over her breakup with her ex-boyfriend. In other words, it took me a few days to recover from the flu. Or, she hasn't overcome her breakup with her ex-boyfriend. If you would like some more practice with phrasal verbs with get, check out our website, EnglishAcademy101.com, where we've included some additional exercises. We have included a link in the description below. That's it for now. Don't forget to keep studying your English.